Okay, quick demo of app called AI Test Copilot for Xray. This app is all about generating test cases with help of AI for Jira work items. And here I have one work item which describes infrared camera for a mobile device. And then we can simply create test case by clicking a single button. And that's the idea and the whole beauty of the app, that you can provide a single button for end user, yet you can configure that as a project admin. So then we can kind of give exact guidelines for each action we want to run. And now, as we see that we got the test case here, and I can further edit that here if I wish. And I claim that this is way easier doing it in this view than later in the Xray once it's generated. And I can always go here and check that what was the initial parent issue or work item. I can also generate more test cases in this view. Let's make one negative test case, for example. And this list of the test case types that you saw, that's the configurable part. We go that later on. And now we have two test cases in the editor, and I can also enhance them with AI improve functionality. Error message shall say syntax error. Probably this doesn't make any sense, but I think you got the point here. So when I send this AI improve command to the tool, it actually takes the existing test case, existing work item requirement, and then it comes back with the adjusted test case. And now we were kind of adapted to this syntax error message. All right, and once we are happy with the results and the content we have in editor, we can push the test cases to Xray. And in this point, you can select the target project. In case we want to utilize the concept of library projects, for example, then we can configure default project for test cases to be the library project. And also if we have different test issue types configured in Xray, we can also take care of that. So, but let's push these into the Xray. And once the operation is ready, we get back to the issue view and can look at the related work items right away. And of course, they can be seen here as a test coverage view of Xray. And then further on, we can also do quick create. So if we want to create one additional functional test, or let's say two, then what happens, it doesn't open the pop-up, so we can't review them, but the process goes exactly same way, so that it takes existing test cases, read them through, and generate, in this case, two functional test cases that are not overlapping with the existing ones. And once they are done, it pushes them to the Xray. And once it gets back, we can see the updated list of linked work items, and of course the test coverage view is updated as well. Further on, we can then also use this new feature called AI editor, and what that does, it takes all linked test cases, in this case these 4 that we have done, and runs an analysis that is there anything incorrect with these test cases. For example, if the requirement has changed, for example, or like I have actually here one example. I run AI editor for this requirement, which is describing QR tag reader, and one of our test cases is misaligned. So analysis finds that hey, there is one test case which is describing testing of NFC tag, not QR tag. So of course this can happen if the requirements changes or someone kind of link incorrect test case and so on. And now that we have find the problem there, we can use the AI improve so that we take this response as a guideline and run improve. So now we ask AI to fix test case using the finding that itself found in the earlier analysis. And now it kind of rewrote the test case so that it matches for the QR tag. And in this case, we can save the test case that overrides that to the Xray, or we can actually, better way and more recommended way is to drop the link and create the new test case. And what that means is that then assume we already have some test results for this NFC tag testing, or it's linked to another requirement. So we are not like simply altering the test case without knowing where it's linked. It's better to drop the link to the requirement and create the new one. So after this one, then we have 5 test cases that are testing the right thing. Analysis also does look for overall coverage of the test cases, so that if we are missing some obvious point, then we can identify that, and it proposes new test cases to be created. So there are strictness levels: forgiving, balanced, and strict. And now it found one couple of missing test cases, and it proposes to create 2 gap tests, so to fulfill the gap. All right, but next thing I want to show is the project level settings. And as said, that this is something that project admin can do, but of course best practice is to discuss and plan this with the whole project team, and even according to the company guidelines for testing. So we can define the list of test types, meaning the drop-down, and also give instructions if we want for certain type of the tests. As you can see that we can do the Cucumber and even robot framework skeletons with these ones, as Xray supports those as well. And here you can define the library project target in this one, or select another issue type if we have configured multiple of them. Also, it's possible to give overall context for the project, so that all the time tests are written in a certain way, or just like here that I've given that little bit more advice what type of product we are developing. And in this selection you can select all the fields that it uses for as an input. So by default it takes the summary and description, and in this case I have also this AI enhanced description that I use, but I could add there like epic name or other text fields that are available. Still couple of features, one being bulk generation of test cases, and I have here JQL query that finds all issues type of the story or task that don't have linked issue, meaning they don't have test case and they're in progress status. So with bulk creation you can select either this whole list, or let's say we take 2 of them so it goes a little bit faster, and here you can select the test type. So let's do the acceptance test this time, and let's put it like 4 steps preferably for each. And then again the same process is launched item by item, so we generate the test case and push that to the Xray, and we can follow the progress as we go, and of course stop it if there's some failure in the launching. Nice thing with this one is that once you kind of have this proper JQL query in place, then so yeah, now we have 2 of them left, and of course not recommend to forget the human in the loop here, so it's really good idea to keep and remember that we are talking about the tool of test expert. So anyway, you can get the things moving faster, but then it's kind of more like selecting and fixing the test cases rather than just relying on the AI. And final configuration feature that global admin can do, or the final that I show, is here that you can configure, first of all, of course, the Xray API credentials. Good best practice is to use the app credentials. There is always user for each app, and once you use that credential, then all the test cases are generated by the app, so everyone can see that directly from the item history. Then you can configure these global settings, and these are the things that then the project can deviate. So this is a way to control that. And then you can select the AI models. We provide these models as a selection, and if you use the free key like I have configured here, then all the models are available, but the OpenAI subscription is Celery's subscription. Yet it's paid plan and no data is used for training the models and so on, but you are always free to choose to use your company own key, either OpenAI key or Azure OpenAI key, and then Celery is totally out of the loop of the data protection contract chain. So your company DPA is used for the AI usage. Thanks for watching and hope you like the app. Give it a try.